diesel-electric submarine, fully autonomous, acting as a mothership for conventional battery-powered AUVs, but not hovering in the air, hovering beneath the waves. Right? With the blue people you see underneath as riptides and ivers and bluefins and remuses, whatnot, coming and going to mother, charging their batteries, unloading their data, getting their new missions, unloading seawater samples they collected, and then going off to do their mission again. But built like this blimp or dirigible, not like a steel can. So Jeff's a tough act to follow. So something like this, for starters. And it's really to address this problem. The Achilles heel of our conventional battery-powered AUVs is that we require frequent manned launch, recovery, and servicing on expensive ships with lots of people that have limited ability to stay at sea and other logistical complexities. If we can get the man out of the loop, we really unleash the full potential of those platforms. So new boats is something that I've been working on for quite a few years now, and principally with my submarine designer, Paul Moorhouse in Plymouth, England, now with Steelfish Limited. He has a long pedigree of submarines he's designed and built over the years, and I've only put up one here, which is the world's largest seagoing AUV, the Mobile Anti-Submarine Training Target. You can see its specs there. This was built and delivered 12 months after signing the contract for $5 million. Paul knows how to do this pretty well. We've been assembling a team of folks to do this, and in particular, with this notion of going after the dirigibles or whatever, or blimp type architecture. On the left there is the cover for the catalog for SubSouth down in Rhode Island. They make lift bags and all manner of buoyancy things, and they make them out of fabrics, a palette of fabrics, of coated materials of different kinds. Urethane coated ripstop Kevlar, as an example. And the picture you see there is Jim Cameron's Deep Challenger that went down in the Mariana Trench, the deepest place in the ocean. That little orange bag up at the top was his come home bag that they built for him in case he needed to hit the panic button and come back to the surface. They know how to build stuff that goes in the ocean as deep as you want out of these kinds of materials that survive all kinds of things. And they recently acquired a division of Avon that made Avon inflatables and things of that sort that's down in Mississippi that builds these giant bladders that we deploy in places like Afghanistan that we fill with jet fuel or potable water or whatnot. So under this new envelope of performance inflatables, they know how to do this stuff and do it at scale if we need to. And then I bumped into this guy, Paul Cavallaro, who's down at Newark and does inflatable structures for the Navy. Air inflated pneumatic structures on the surface, not underwater. That's not his whale, but to give you another example of this sort of stuff. So the new boats won't be air inflated other than the ballast tanks you would have in a submarine. They'll be hydraulically inflated. And so we've now put together a team of companies and technologies and people we need to go after this, putting together a seed round of funding to build what I'll call a fully functional but minimal scale prototype to this. We're not going to build the 100-meter long length overall system right now. And we're looking to put a multi-party CRADA in place with Newark right now with Paul, some other people like Michelle Estefan-Owen, who's their AUV guru down in Newark, Jeff on the docking piece with Riptide and whatnot, but Vincent at DBV Technologies, who's worked with SubSouth on a number of projects, and a few others that are on that fringe that was talked about earlier, companies like Liquid Piston, who have a very novel rotary engine technology that DARPA is currently funding to put in aerial drones, that want to put it in underwater platforms, and some others that are doing the sort of generator side of that. So we've got all the pieces I think we need today to go off and build a minimal scale prototype of this thing. And as I say, if we can do this, we essentially get a platform that can operate at the cost of diesel fuel, that can stay at sea for a year, 2 years, as long as you want, go anywhere you want in the ocean, and then deploy its little fleet of conventional autonomous underwater vehicles to go do their thing. It changes the cost, it changes the logistics entirely, and we think this is a kind of disruptive technology that will unleash, as I say, the full potential of autonomous platforms. Thank you.